As we go inside our own minds, either through meditation or the scientific study of consciousness, we commonly hit a roadblock, a space that's difficult to understand. And on those rare occasions when we do gain a glimpse of understanding, it's even more difficult to explain using language. Some religious or spiritual people claim that this enigmatic space that seems to reside in our own heads is God, or some kind of infinite oneness that we share with all the universe. Some scientists, on the other hand, postulate that this area of seeming impenetrability is basically where duality breaks down. To put it simply, we're used to describing our world in dualistic terms. We use figure and ground, where the object that we're focusing on is continually contrasted with its surroundings. So when we turn our analytical powers onto our own consciousness, this becomes very tricky. Because as we focus in closer and closer on what we perceive to be the center of our mind and experience, things seem to coalesce into a kind of a oneness, and our ability to describe or even understand what's going on in there gets hazy as we lose our sense of duality. When we encounter this mysterious place at the center of our mind, we feel it almost physically. If you meditate or know someone who does, you might know what I'm talking about. Sometimes people use phrases like ego death or hitting a wall or encountering the goddess or any number of inadequate descriptions of whatever this phenomenon is. Whatever is happening, this place seems to be something that we all have access to. Using some breathing techniques and some meditative processes, it seems that any one of us can experience it. So the important thing about it is that it's something we all have in common. Our differences begin when we try to explain the otherworldliness that we feel using language. It seems that religious people feel that this mysterious center is a holy place, and that the stories that they were raised with can explain it. So for some people, Jesus exists in their heart of hearts. For others, it's Allah or Brahma. Science views this as a mystery to be solved, a mystery that, once understood, will advance our knowledge of what consciousness is and where it springs from. I take the position that all of these explanations are, at the very least, useful. I have no problem with people believing stories that purport to explain mysteries, because what is this life except a story that we're all writing together in every moment? We divided ourselves into groups and named ourselves, and we paved the roads and we built the buildings, If you walk up to me and tell me your name is Bob, then I incorporate that into the story, and I support your notion that you are Bob, and so on. If you want to have Jesus or Buddha in your story, then okay, let's get together and sing a song about Jesus or Buddha. It doesn't mean that I put the same importance on these characters that you do, or give any credence to any supernatural events associated with them. But I appreciate their stories as basically being the story of us, all making this world together. I also think that the scientific analysis of all this is crucial. Neurologists are studying explanations of consciousness as an emergent property of the interactions of neurons firing in our brain. Also, after 40 years of being a banned illegal substance, LSD is back in the labs being studied, and many scientists believe it's one of the keys to unlocking certain aspects of consciousness. We always hear it said that there can never be a consensus on anything. People will always have differing views, and this is the source of all conflict. But what if there really was one thing we could agree on? The transcendent experience at the center of our being. If we can agree that that place exists and we can go there if and when we choose, then we have a starting point to seeing each other as one, no matter what else divides us. You can call me.
Okay, I'll press that button. Oh, sweet. What happens if I press this one?